Hello, everybody, and welcome to Natural State Sports Live. I am your host, Zachary Kerr.
And I am your co-host, Andy Gates.
How's your week been, man?
My week has been busy, man. I don't know how I'm here and how I got here so far in one piece. It is absolutely amazing after the past couple of days that I've had. How about you?
No, not bad. Not bad. It's been pretty uneventful.
That's a good thing in your line of work.
Yeah, tell me about it.
So
last week, I'm going to jump right into this.
Let's go.
I'm excited about this week. So last week, we started our segment, Greatest Players in Razorback Sports History, and we started with the football team. But we only did it in the SEC era. So last week, we did the offensive line. This week, we're going to do two. We're going to do defensive line, and we're going to do tight ends. This ought to be interesting. Now, keep in mind, everybody, I have not seen his list at all, and he has not seen mine. We have not discussed this, and it's purely opinionated based on the two of us. So I'm going to let you go first.
Oh, you're so sweet.
I try.
Well, are we going from 5 to 1 or 1 to 5? What do you want to do?
Let's do 5 to 1.
5 to 1. All right. My number 5 defensive lineman is going to be Darius Philon.
Wait. Why do you have him at number 5?
Because I have 4 people that I think are better than him.
Well, I mean,
statistically, he had 92 tackles in his career.
Okay.
Had 20 and a half tackles for loss.
All right.
Had 7.5 sacks. He was an SEC all-freshman pick.
Right.
And at one point in the career, he was also a second-team all-SEC member.
Okay.
And he was drafted by the Chargers. I'm pretty sure he's still playing pro ball. I'm not 100% on that, though.
Yeah, he is currently with the Cardinals.
With the Cardinals.
Yeah, he's currently got cut. Oh, did he get cut? Oh, that's right.
Good job.
That's right.
Now, who's your 5?
My number 5 is Jake Beckett.
You have Jake Beckett.
I have Jake Beckett.
5. Well, I see we have a couple of differences here, sir.
Oh, we're going to this week, and I'm excited about it. So, he's currently a first lieutenant in the United States Army.
Correct.
So that's kind of toward my heart.
And you put him at 5.
I did.
Okay.
But I mean, think about it. He was a good defensive.
Yeah, he was pretty good. He was better than 4 people on your list, maybe even 3, something like that.
I don't know.
He's top 5 for sure.
But yeah, definitely. But he was drafted by the Patriots. So that's kind of. I mean, anything Army related.
Army related?
Yeah, it tugs at my heart. So him being a
I can
first
see
lieutenant.
That. He's a Ranger too. So
Yeah,
he's a very big Ranger.
I can't say what I want to say, but he's a bad dude, man. He is a bad dude.
He is that.
So my number 4. You ready for this one?
No.
No? Jamal Anderson.
Yeah, Jamal Anderson.
You had him at 4 too?
I didn't have Jamal Anderson. I don't have him on my list.
He was picked 8th overall to the Falcons in 2007, and you don't have him on your list.
I don't.
I quit here and now.
Well, that's just on you. This is my opinion
walk away, though.
and your opinion. You have Beckett at 5. So
I know. It's terrible, isn't it?
Yeah, it is pretty bad. I've got Dietrich Wise Jr. at 4.
Oh, come on. You're killing me here, Andy.
Oh, like I said, he's won a Super Bowl, so I'm proud of that. I know we got this Patriots fan in the room, He's got to be really happy.
He's not a Patriot fan anymore. He's a Buck fan now.
Oh, I don't know.
I am a Patriots fan.
He's a Buck fan now.
Hush your mouth over there.
Where's the powder when we need it?
I'll get that's next week.
Whoa.
Anyway, Dietrich Wise had 112 tackles, 23 tackles for loss, 16 and a half sacks. Pretty solid career.
Not bad.
So
I'll take your Dietrich Wise and I'll raise you a Darius Philon.
Really?
Yeah.
So you're taking my 5 and putting him in the 4.
Pretty much.
Okay.
No,
I'll give you that.
3. I've got Darius Philon at 3.
You got 3. Okay. We're already there.
No, we're already there.
Well, I have McTelvin again, also known as Sosa. I think when you put 140 tackles down, 31 tackles for loss, 14 and a half sacks in a career with multiple defensive coordinators.
Right.
He was learning basically under somebody else, almost the entire time he was up there. They wanted to move him around. Couldn't really, in my opinion, he didn't really get comfortable. I really hope that he picks up in the in the draft today or tomorrow. So
yeah, well, I've heard a lot of people say that he may get picked tonight.
I hope to see it. That'd be great for him.
Tonight is the second
I think
round.
he's got the talent. I think he's definitely got the size to spend a lot of time in the NFL. So that's my three, man.
I rolled that one around. Number 2, Dietrich Wise.
You have Dietrich Wise at 2.
You already know.
How
I don't know how, but you already know.
Well, I mean, I know who your 1 is. I have to know who your 1 is at this point.
If it's not the same number 1 as yours,
well, it might be.
Where's the powder when I need it?
If y'all don't know anything about the powder, you might have to learn about that one here soon. So.
Oh man, that's gonna be a bigger mess.
Zach's gonna learn today. It'll be better than an egg ever was, and it's gonna be completely random.
I don't know.
2, I've got Jake Beckett.
And so. you wanna dog me for putting him at 5?
Yeah, I do, because he's top, like right there, hands down.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
Hands down. He's 3rd all time in sacks. He had 23.
This is true.
23 and a half. So
very true.
And as we can probably say, number 1 together, Trey Flowers.
How can you not put Trey Flowers at 1? I mean,
I don't know.
Let's play devil's advocate for a minute, because I want to know. I want to know for you guys out there too.
I want to know about this pizza.
I'm trying to hold off on it.
Squirrel, sorry.
But it's tempting. But give me a reason why he shouldn't be number 1.
I don't think there's a reason you can put anybody out there. Hopefully some of the fan reactions will come in here and we'll get some other opinions on other folks we may have missed or just opinions of what y'all have or what y'all think out there in Facebook world. So
that's not a bad list, though, for defensive line.
No, it's not. I mean, the guy's sitting there and he's playing for the Detroit Lions now, or if we get to play this year. But, I mean, man signed a $90 million contract with the Lions over 5 years. I think he's pretty happy. 2 Super Bowls in the previous, in the past 3 years? 2 Super Bowls?
Yeah, I think so.
Or 4 years. Something like that.
I don't know. We'll ask the Patriots fan.
No, we won't.
Yeah, no, we won't.
No, we won't.
That's because I'm a Cowboy fan. We're not going to talk about that right now. All right? We're not.
You got anything else on Trey Flowers in this D-line? You got any honorable mentions?
Not on defensive line.
I got a couple. I got a couple on honorable mentions.
Let me see.
I've got Carlos Hall, obviously pro ball player.
Yeah, I can agree.
Agree on that one. I've got Marcus Harrison.
He was on my honorable mention. He almost made the cut.
You didn't have an honorable mention.
I didn't have it because I didn't know we were doing that.
Oh, well, I just got it there.
I'll know better next week.
And probably one of my favorites was, wasn't the greatest, but still a great player in my mind was Sasha Lancaster. I like that dude's intensity when he was on the field.
When did he play?
He was, I believe, early 2000s. Not mistaken, I think 01, 03, somewhere in that range. But
that's right.
I liked when he had the war paint on. He always had a mohawk or some kind of wild hairstyle.
Remember who that is. Yeah. Now I remember.
I think he sells cars now. But no, for real in that. So.
Okay, so you ready to go?
That's who I've got on that. Are we doing tight ends right now?
Tight ends? You can go later.
Are we? I think we need to. I think we need to wait.
Okay. You want to wait?
Yeah, I think we do.
All right. You want to dig into the pizza?
I think this lovely fat guy special we've got sitting in front of us from Lost Pizza, Chuck and the gang over there have taken care of us once again, just like last week. And they brought us 2 unbelievable pies you got here. I don't know how well y'all can see those with the camera. I'm going to try not to dump them off in the floor.
So which one is which?
Well, I've got a thin crust Lucille.
And that's this
which
one?
is this side. It's grilled chicken, bacon, roasted garlic, fresh tomatoes with a ranch drizzle, which is on a thin crust, like I said. I haven't tried this one, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to here in just a second.
That is
probably
right
going to enjoy it. That is Katie special.
That sounds something like Katie would like.
Well, then we got the other one over here on Zach's side. It's going to be painful. I hope it burns the heck out of you, to be quite honest.
Whoa. What? You're wishing more violence on me than Steve ever did on the podcast?
It's okay. You're going to get an egg and powder.
Dude did kind of give me a concussion with the egg.
Yeah, you probably needed another one, though.
This
is the El Diablo. It is a thick crust pizza. It has grilled chicken, bacon, roasted red peppers, banana peppers. Got a few jalapenos on there. And it has a barbecue sauce drizzle. I'm hoping that it comes up on screen. We're probably going to dig into a piece or two and try to keep from getting completely dirty. We can.
So I'm gonna go ahead.
You can get a picture.
I'm gonna get a picture of it. My phone died before the show started. So.
You want me to hold it and be like this?
We can.
Posing on live.
All right, there it is.
So, are we going to take a bite of this?
We can if you want to. Or you want to wait until we come back from break?
I think we come back from break. We break here and, give a little bit and come back, snap a little bit of pizza down. And
kind of dig in and give a...
Come on with a little bit more of the, maybe the greatest moments in Arkansas history.
I'm excited.
And go from there.
Awesome.
So.
Back in just a minute on Natural State Sports Live. This segment is sponsored by Lost Pizza Company. At Lost Pizza Company, they want your dining experience to be as fun as getting to see the bearded lady riding a camel while swallowing a sword at the state fair when you were 10 years old. At Lost Pizza Company, they pride themselves on serving great food that they make using only the freshest and finest ingredients. They make almost everything fresh in-house every day. So get there early because when they sell out of something, they're out until tomorrow. They're located at 510 Highway 5 North in Benton. You can call them today for curbside or pickup at 501-794-6441. 501 Nutrition Zone. They offer meal replacement shakes, muscle building shakes, calorie burning teas, pre-workouts, and a fun, family, energetic atmosphere. And right now they're offering delivery or curbside. Check out their new $10 combos. They're located at 5313 Highway 5 North in Bryant. You can call them today at 501-213-9957. We are back. I'm ready to jump into this thing, but before we do, did you know we're on social media on like all the major platforms?
Yeah, I know.
I mean,
how many are we on?
We got. I'm doing the Jack Sparrow thing. What do you think?
Jazz hands.
Jack Sparrow type, Donald Trump type thing. So we're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, which is more of a seasonal type thing.
Yeah, it's a football season thing.
YouTube.
For sure.
What else am I missing? I got them all. But
maybe
here's how you do
Facebook.
it. Oh yeah, Facebook.
You missing Facebook?
I mean, we are here.
Okay, just making sure.
If you go on your search bar, put in Natural State Sports, you can find us all over social media. So do that and give us a like, share, follow, and give us a review. Tell us what you like. Tell us what you don't like. If you don't like my ugly mug, well, too bad.
We'll put this box in front of his face.
We'll just do that.
You can just talk.
Wait, isn't there a cone somewhere? Like a cone head? You put the box down, would you?
We just put a mask over you or something.
That's even scarier than this.
Brown bag.
The brown bag special. I don't know.
I kind of knocked this over earlier, and I noticed something really cool in their box.
Yeah?
I do like this.
What's it got on the back?
It's got a little message that says, "We noticed you have this box upside down. Lost Pizza is best enjoyed right side up. Thanks for eating at Lost Pizza Co." That is great.
It seems kind of messy if you eat it upside down.
Yeah, you really, I mean, it's not good. But we're going to get to this good stuff right now. So
which one are you going after? I
think I'm going to go after the hot side. And I usually won't go to the thick crust first. I'm a thin crust fan. But I'm going to start right here.
All right.
And I'm going to set myself on fire, I think.
This is a dangerous predicament.
There's a jalapeno right on the end of it. We're going to put it down. Oh, man.
All right.
Oh, man.
All right, I'm going to try one of these right here. I'm going to try the loose seal. And it won't turn loose. There it goes. All right. I'm not a big fan of tomatoes, so this is going to be a new
It's
thing.
not bad at all. It's got some heat. I'm definitely going to need some Mountain Valley water, though.
You got some right there. That's good.
Okay. I lied. It's a little warmer than I thought it was going to be.
They don't call it the El Diablo for nothing.
El Diablo.
Bacon chicken ranch.
Yes,
pizza
they are.
Good. This is the first time I've ever had a bacon chicken ranch pizza.
I'm going to tell you right now, if y'all hadn't had this, you need to try it. This is some kind of good. And I'm going to eat this whole piece. Sitting right here, doing nothing, on live. Eating pizza.
I think you're enjoying that just a little too much.
I'm not a thick crust fan either, and this is awesome.
Thank you.
Y'all see this draft?
Hurts to the Eagles?
Wow.
That's a little surprising. Okay, that's a lot
Newsflash.
surprising.
Go on, Jalen. I'll go ahead and say it. I ain't messed up about it.
That's one.
Man.
I'm making a complete mess over here. Start up.
I said, if you haven't tried the El Diablo
So last
and you
week,
know where Los Pizza is, it's on Highway 5 in Benton. I think it's where Abe's Old Feed House used to be. I think's the name of the restaurant that was there. And go down there and holler at Chuck or any of the people back there. They've got a pretty outstanding menu, in my opinion. It's not just pizza. They've got some good sandwiches. They've got probably some of the best cheese dip I've ever had in a pizza restaurant. I'm a fatty. I like to eat. So there's that.
you realize there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, it's okay. But I actually had a salad from there for lunch today.
Yeah, that was surprising.
Yeah, I had a salad.
Which one did you get?
Grilled chicken Caesar.
How was it?
It was cold, and it was a good thing because I was so busy as at work. My salad didn't have time to get cold.
So do they put the dressing on it, or do they put it on the side?
They usually have it on the side, but if you ask them, they'll probably toss the dressing with everything. And I mean, it actually makes a difference in my opinion. So I hate trying to mix up a salad, especially in the box they give it. But, you know, that's anybody. That's not just them. But this is
This is good stuff here.
I'm a little warm right now. I'm probably
you
going to.
look a little red in the face.
Hey, y'all read Justin's about the Hurts.
Oh, so I read it wrong. I said Bills. It was the Eagles.
I think Caleb said the Eagles.
Yeah, Caleb said the Eagles.
Caleb
Oh, yeah.
Caleb
I got you.
hosing Justin again.
So you need a wet nap.
I'm not done yet. I don't know what you're talking about trying to hand me a wet nap. I got my tongue.
It's for later.
Oh, it's for later.
It's for later when you
Sorry.
inhale the rest of it.
I'm hoping there's going to be some more heat on this thing. It's pretty good. The barbecue sauce gives it just enough sweet, you know, to go with the heat that's there.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it matches up well.
You know, this has got ranch on it.
You need
right?
to try that. It's got a drizzle of ranch on it. It's what's
You
supposed to
cannot
be.
taste it. Everything balances out on this pizza. It's really
You need
good.
to try that.
I don't know after watching
scared?
you. I'm a little scared.
It's good, man. It's a good heat for sure.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
All right, let me try it by here, and then we'll jump back into
Hey,
what?
eventually we'll get to these greatest moments in Arkansas history. But maybe this jalapeno will keep him quiet for a few.
That's undeniably wrong. It is never going to happen.
Will says that's not happening, so
It just might tonight.
it's not that bad. It's good.
No, it's good.
Definitely good.
Ooh,
Usually
that
don't like
water
it.
hits the spot, man.
It needs to.
Ooh.
You should come on around.
All right. So I'm gonna let you chew for a second. You're good.
Bring it on.
You sure?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You're positive.
Bring it.
Is that a tear in your eye?
No.
Yeah,
It's
it
not.
is. So we're gonna.
You leave my eyes alone, jerk.
I would never do such a thing.
We'll go. Get
Whoa,
the
whoa,
powder.
Whoa, easy now. So I'm kind of excited about this week's greatest moments in sports history.
Did I pick a good one?
You did. Andy
picked a
picked
good
it this week. So what is it?
My greatest moment in Arkansas history, or not greatest, but one of the great moments in Arkansas history, I think, is the 2007 Arkansas LSU game, triple overtime victory in Baton Rouge. The game was kind of a rough start for us, if I remember right. Had a few fumbles to start the game relatively early, like practically right off the bat.
Yeah, like you can.
Speaking of bats,
Speaking of-
we brought that wood.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, I mean, obviously you had McFadden there. You had Jones there.
So I want to ask you something.
What are you going to ask me?
You were just talking about the wood, the bats, right?
Mm-hmm.
Have you listened to the Houston Nutt interview that he did with Bo Mattingly about that bat?
I haven't heard the interview, but from what I understood, I don't think they were supposed to have the bats there.
Nope.
And I think that somehow old Darren was able to sneak one in.
I don't know how he did it.
Well,
He
he's
did.
Darren, so he probably had it smuggled somewhere in his shoulder pads or something.
The significance about this game was the fact that was it the pregame press conference where they were talking about Les Miles, and you just saw the clip just a second ago. By the way, thank you, War Machine 2013, for these highlights.
He does a great job. I've watched a lot of his stuff on Twitter, and that guy's excellent.
But at the beginning of the clip, it's showing Les Miles because
Arkansas.
because that was the one where he was under speculation for going to Michigan.
Yeah, that's right.
And he said, I'm getting ready for Arkansas. And that just blew the internet up. You know? So, and then you go into the game.
Okay, that just got hot.
Yeah, uh-huh.
I'm not doing that again. That was raw. Oh,
What'd you
my
get?
God. That was hot.
We're going off the rails here at Natural State. I love it. Did you see the look that Will just gave us?
No, I did not. I'm all right with it, though.
I'm sorry.
Y'all are smacking it. It's annoying as hell.
I'm
Hey,
not
there's a
chewing on
microphone.
anything, so.
Smacks anyway.
You're gonna smack me? No, I'm just kidding. But you enter the game. Darren McFadden is trying to win the Heisman. He got snubbed the year before.
Uh-huh.
He got snubbed this year. But at this moment,
He gone. Down the sideline.
This was beautiful. That Casey Dick
It was a
block.
Casey Dick block.
I want to see that one more time.
I don't think you can.
I think it'll replay
the
it
magic
right here.
of-
Look at
The
bam!
magic of will.
Right?
That's
Hey, we
Casey
come-
Dick running down the sideline.
That is. And you asked me before, that was Chad Jones that he blocked
Chad
Chad Jones.
Yeah.
for LSU.
One of their best DBs they had at the time, if I remember right.
But here's what shocked me. Darren McFadden was never known up until this point to fumble the ball.
Right?
And he had 3 fumbles in that game, 2 of them on back-to-back kickoffs.
Yeah, that game started out really, really rough. We weren't ranked. They were number 1, eventual national title. So that was one of their great years. I think, like I said, that's one of the reasons why I picked it is probably one of my greater moments in Arkansas
Not to mention,
history.
we upset the number 1 team in the country in front of 92,600 fans.
That's a whole bunch of coon. I can't say that.
No, go ahead and say it.
No, I'm good.
You know, I went back and watched this.
Crazy Cajuns. We'll just say crazy
Yeah.
Cajuns. Let's go with that.
And another thing, they were on a 17-18 game win streak.
I think it was 19.
Was it 19?
Yeah,
Oh, it was 19. It was 19.
19.
We came in and snapped that.
Yeah. It's hard to win in Death Valley at almost any time. But night, and that was a day game. I mean, it ran into the night, obviously, with the triple overtime and everything. But, you know, they've got a pretty stellar record down there at Death Valley at night, you know. There were a bunch of other games, you know. I mean, that's also, you know, kind of brings up the point of, you know, our rivalry stuff. So
This leads right into our rivalry. So,
no, run it.
so this week, since you picked the 07 triple overtime win, which ended with who? How did that game end? You remember?
Yeah, I think we intercepted a Material Richardson intercepted a pass in the back of the end zone.
Matt Flynn.
So yeah, I hate that quarterback. I hated their quarterback.
But so this week, our Arkansas greatest rivalries is actually a legitimate rival,
It is.
and it is
Probably.
the Battle of the Boot.
It is probably, in my opinion, our greatest rival.
Is it? Why is that?
Well, I mean, they've got a great series going. There's actually a really cool trophy that David Basil kind of came up with in 1996. That leads into it. I mean, you know, it's called the Battle of the Boot. It's always a tough game, no matter. Obviously, this was one of them that proved it. We weren't ranked. They were number 1 in the country. They won the national title that year. There's multiple notable games, you know, that we've had with them that that makes the rivalry that much better. You know, I had a small list I'd call out of just notable games. I've still got a tear
You
rolling down my
were
face.
over there just red face. I don't know if it shows up on camera.
Should wipe your ears.
He is
You're not getting
red
enough video in
faced.
your
No, I get the back. I'm good.
He is completely red faced.
I'm ginger. It happens. So, you know, that's what happens with gingers.
You're almost
we
the
have
shade
that.
of your hat.
Yeah, no, I don't think I'm. Am I that red?
I'm getting there.
Quit lying.
I'm not lying.
God, you're right here in front of me. Just tell me the truth. Always hurt my
You don't
feelings.
want that.
Yes, I do.
I don't think
So anyway, back to this cool rivalry we got going here, you know, with LSU. since '96, kind of tinkered around on Wikipedia, looked up a few things. LSU has rolled us pretty much in the series, 15-8. You know, we got some notable victories in there, a couple of jabs. You know, but as a whole, you know, they've got a pretty good record against us. They're always pretty good in football, and baseball, and basketball.
I can think of outside of
softball, and I don't know about soccer.
Outside of the 07 game, you've got the 2 miracles on Markham.
Right. 2001.
Okay, I'm gonna try to guess your list. It's 2002.
2002. My bad.
It's 2002, 2008.
I had it
You
written
had the 07 game, right?
Okay.
And then the 1 versus 3.
Right. I have that one.
That was 2010.
2011 on that
2011.
one. We did not show up for the second half of that game.
No, we didn't.
We did not play like the number 3 team in the country.
No, that was. Oof.
2010 game was a good one too. You were kind of hitting on that, but I think you kind of that was another Markham War Memorial game that was. I think I paid $100 for my ticket to get into that game.
Was that the one that what is LSU's Holiday? Is that the one where
Trendon Holiday?
Trendon Holiday. Was that game?
He smacked into his teammate.
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy was a world-class sprinter. It was like 5'6" that decided to play football for them.
That dude could run.
World-class sprinter.
Yeah, Kobe Hamilton.
Had a little touchdown. Kobe was track speed
Jarius
too.
right too? Was that his year or mine?
Jarius was there. Joe was there. Greg was there. Kobe. You had all 4 of the big boys there. I think you had Chris Gregg was on that team as well.
Have you actually seen
Ryan Mallett?
Yeah,
that was DJ Williams was there on the end. So I mean, yeah, that was a
Have you seen
star
the trophy?
cast. Yeah, it's huge. It's like 4 feet tall and weighs like 175 pounds.
175 pounds.
It's huge.
24 karat gold solid.
Mm-hmm. So I had a couple more in there. Like were kind of my favorites. Obviously, when we beat them in 14, 17-0.
That was going to guess that one too.
That was a good one. And then 15, we also beat them 31-14. So anytime we can beat LSU, in my opinion.
We beat them in 15?
Yes, we did.
That was
We have not beat them since.
How come I don't remember that win in 15?
I'm not really sure why you don't remember that win.
Too many blows to the head.
You'll take a couple more.
Right? Well, hey. So I wanted to ask you something. All right, we kind of touched on this last week. But has it kind of lost its flair since moving it off of Black Friday?
In my opinion, I liked that game after Thanksgiving. That was always something I looked forward to. When it was in Little Rock, you know, the tailgating, you know, at War Memorial was always a blast. And, you know, heck, I've taken Thanksgiving leftovers out there.
Hey, there ain't no wrong with
Show up with a plate of turkey and dressing, you know, 7 in the morning, waiting to get on the golf course. That was always a lot of fun. So, in my opinion, yes, it's lost its, you know, tailgating ability for sure, in my opinion, of, you know, having a big battle there and obviously having their fans there. And, you know, I'm really, it's one of the iffier stadiums that I'm iffy about going to is Death Valley. I've heard bunches of bad stuff, bunches of good stuff. Obviously, they're like me. They like to eat, so they have a lot of food. And if I can get down there and I'm not wearing a Razorback red shirt, I figure I'd probably enjoy being down there. But, you know, at the same time, I've heard, you know, bad things about, you know, fights or getting beer bottles broke over their head or people getting spit on,
Right.
you know, all stuff like that. And I'm not going to be able to handle that. I'm going to have a problem. So I don't know. One of these days, I'll probably try to make that game because that place, like I said, it's loud, it's large, and it's in charge. I mean,
well, another thing too is that game's no longer in Little Rock when it's at Arkansas.
yeah, it's at a Fayetteville game.
So again, does that kind of take its toll on the rivalry? I mean, you're in Fayetteville now.
No, I don't think it'll take it that, you know, like I said, I missed the tailgating aspect when it was at War Memorial every other year. But, I mean, I don't think, you know, the rivalry with the players and everything, no. It's going to be, you know.
Here's the 07, beginning of that 07 game.
How about an interception?
Matera Richardson back to the end zone.
Game over. We brought that wood.
I called that play, Chuck. I called that play.
No, you didn't.
I didn't.
Okay, maybe.
I didn't either.
And we're back, so.
But, no, so. I gotta know something.
What do you gotta know? You gotta know
I gotta
if
know
I
your
gotta try
tight end
this
list.
you gotta know I gotta try this thin crust pizza real quick first, right?
Okay, try it.
Okay.
While you're doing that, I'm going to tell everybody, check out all of our new content we've got out. We've got Inside the Natural State. We've got Around the Diamond. We've got Sports Junkies. So check them out. If you haven't yet, check them out. They're coming on Thursdays, 7:30. Steve and Justin are bringing you their view. And I think they're in the middle of a draft right now. The All-Decade team or something with Jackson.
They've got Hogball Blog. And they've got a draft. Basically, the draft's done. They've got all their players loaded. So,
yeah, okay, yeah. So Will just told us off camera using naturalstatesports.com and cast your vote on that draft. Who do you think?
I can't tell. It's a secret. I've already voted. I don't want to list.
They each have articles that you can read.
Yeah, and they've got articles you can read. By the way, have you checked out the articles on naturalstatesports.com?
I've started reading them, and then, like I said, I haven't finished any of it.
Yeah.
But I've kind of got my pick, and my I didn't, the article helps with a lot of it, but in my own mind, I'm sitting there going, I really like a couple of these teams, and one of these teams is just third place is already sewed up. So, I mean, it's kind of a 2-horse race if you ask me. I don't have Steve in third personally. I got Steve in the top 2 with old Hogball, you know. But I think old Justin, he might be in trouble on this one.
Might be. I'm gonna go with he is.
Okay, well, I mean, you want to take it that far.
But you know what? You know what the Hogs are known for sometimes? Being underdogs. So you never know. So what's going on around Inside the Natural State, though? What are y'all up to over there?
Man, we are trying to find content to talk about.
It's hard, isn't it?
It's. I mean, obviously, right now, with not having baseball season rolling, it's a little bit tough. I kind of look up a few things here and there, and I go through actual sports history per day. I hope you got all the jalapenos. Oh. It's got a little bite, doesn't it?
That's your stinger, but hey, man, it's good.
Yeah, I mean, we do. Steve and I get on there pretty good. I mean, we talked about some of the basketball signings last week. Kind of touched on that. Talked about
who's the one?
You know what? Just go listen to the podcast. Yeah. That'll help out a bunch.
Who was the one that was supposed to sign on Monday, the 4th?
KK
he
Robinson.
did sign, right?
He did sign.
Okay.
Yes. So there was not to worry. Razorback faithful. Everybody that was going to sign in that class is signed.
Number 6 in the country?
Number 6 last time I checked. Obviously there'd been a couple of folks. I think Michigan had a recruit that had decided that he was going to go play pro ball instead of going to college. And I think he's taking like a G League contract or something because they're offering like $500,000 contracts for folks to go in there for 1 year. I mean, I'd go play basketball for $500,000 if I knew I was going to go pro the very next season. They've kind of got a good thing going with that. It'll either make your college basketball teams to where they're going to have to gel, and stay together. A lot of those one and dones, you're not even going to see them hit the college floors for that reason. I mean, like I said, if you had the option coming out of high school, somebody said, I'll pay you $500,000 to go play basketball in a development league because you're not technically of age to be ready to be draft eligible into the NBA, or you can go to college, make no money, which that might be changing here soon.
Yeah.
Make a little money in their likeness, but you're not going to make $500,000. I mean, some of those guys, I wouldn't be against it. I'd bet you they can probably sign shoe contracts, straight out of the gate when they're in the G League. I think, who was it? I think LaMelo Ball has got a bunch of stuff going on.
Don't get me started.
I like that guy. That kid can play. That kid can. He's the real deal. I promise you.
If
that kid
it's
can
just
play.
him,
his dad's nuttier than a fruitcake.
Dude, no, you took words right out of my mouth.
You're going to tell me he's nuttier than a fruitcake.
How's our fans doing? We've kind of.
Is anybody watching this?
We're doing over there, Will?
Y'all can come over and have a piece of pizza or two. We'll share.
We will.
Yeah, I've got plenty left, and if not, Chuck at Lost Pizza will help you out. So,
heck yeah.
Comments? Yes? No? Reactions? He's got the miracle on Markham.
Matt Jones to
Corey Birmingham.
In the back of the end zone.
Touchdown, Arkansas.
I miss Paul. I really do.
McGrate's Cotton Bowl, Arkansas win over Oklahoma.
When was that one? Is that in the SEC? Were we in the SEC?
No, we weren't. That was before
That
that.
was what, 80?
I think the last time we played Oklahoma was it's been since we were in the SEC. We didn't win that game.
No.
It was a bowl game for sure, obviously.
Miracle on Markham has to be first, and then the 07 LSU game. So everybody
So
knows.
we're kind of all in the same
Yeah.
realm there.
Okay,
I'm okay with that.
so we're beating around the bush.
That's a little.
91 Tennessee.
91,
Arkansas.
and-
Shaw's going old on me.
I didn't go back that far, Chris.
Shaw's going old on me. Do y'all realize that?
Let's see the Hogs get drafted by the Chiefs. No. End of story. I hope not. Okay, I
I
go
want
with
to
the
see a hog
Texans.
go to my Texans.
Which hog?
Uh,
Which hog do you want, Chris? If you had a choice on one,
CJ O'Grady.
who do you want? Speaking of,
I just
you want Sosa? You want Grady? You want Scooter? I mean, there's a safety out there. You might be able to get him late. You know, there's a few.
I really hope Cam Curl goes to my Cowboys.
I think you mentioned something about a tight end back there. You want Cam Curl to go to the Cowboys? Why do you want to do that to him? That is not nice.
I had this whole thing ready, and he blew me out of the water.
Done.
Y'all didn't see I hope they didn't catch the deer in the headlight look. It was like
I was there. It was like the lights were on, but nobody was home.
it's exactly what it
That's
felt
what
like.
happened right then.
No,
You got put on hush mode.
It just
Here's Chris's
my Cowboys, man. See, you don't do that. Why would you do that to Curl? Send him to the Texans. That's worse than the Cowboys.
Gets to play with Deshaun Watson, J.J. Watt. You know,
CJ to my Raiders.
are you gonna get him out there with Jason Witten? Not
Witten.
Witt. Jason Witten. He's a Cowboy. I don't really pay attention to Cowboys. So, oh my bad. Top 5 tight ends. So
All right, hold on.
I'm
I'm gonna lay a bet down for you. All right.
no.
So where does he go? Does CJ go to the Patriots or the Jags?
He goes to whichever team drafts him or signs him to a free agent deal. That's who he's going to go to.
I would never do such a thing.
$10 if he goes to the Patriots and the Jaguars. Is that your bet?
Is that your bet?
It's your bet.
Oh, Katie bets
Katie's going to bet you $10 that
that she
CJ
either goes to
O'Grady.
the Jags or the Patriots.
I can read upside down. That's awesome. So I'd love to ask this, but it's
Right.
the show with me and you here. You
Right.
know, I'd love to ask her why, but we'll have to find that out later. But she's talking about tight ends over there and the ones that play on the football field, of course. So we
Wait,
probably
he
got a little
He does
list.
play on the football field.
He does, but
If he didn't,
we probably got a list of tight ends that we
I
might
got
need to get
5.
to here in a
I
little bit.
may get shafted for this.
You got 5?
I got 5.
I got 6, but
saying, I hope it's the same
I may get shafted for this.
you may get shafted
I
for
may
it.
get shafted. I may.
Oh,
I
there's
may
no
be- I
doubt.
may be
Let me
asked to
get to my
resign from the
list.
show.
No, I'm just going to kick you out of your chair.
I would love to see you get your foot up that high, but I'm
It's
afraid
not
that might actually
it's
be
not a
true.
problem, bud. If I'll probably fall over, knock over the lost pizza box.
All right,
If I
so
mess this up, though, that's when all
I'm
hell's
gonna go
gonna break
first
loose.
on the tight end since you got first on D line.
Okay.
Okay. 49 total receptions, 554 yards.
Jodine Davenport.
You know what? I quit. I quit here and now.
Jodine. Great tight end name. Jodine Davenport. Oh, Jodine, 6'7".
You
Big
cheated,
old boy.
didn't you?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you cheated. All right, who's your number 5 then?
Well, my number 5 is Jeremy Sprinkle. Number 5, Jeremy Sprinkle.
See, I had him. You know.
Little sprinkles.
Okay.
You like the,
Who's your number
hang
4?
on, you do like Salt Bay? Oh, yeah. Well, Sprinkle, he had a pretty good career, in my opinion. I think it could have been better. Some people don't like shoplifting, before a bowl game. But, 71 receptions, 921 yards.
Sprinkles for one.
Sprinkles are for winners. Look, like I said, 71 receptions, 921 yards, 11 touchdowns. He was a 5th-round pick to the Redskins, and that was in 39 games. It's not a bad stat.
It's not bad.
He was out there. There was a few people out there to throw the ball to that were with him, obviously. So
Have you noticed?
didn't have the greatest of quarterbacks. He had a couple decent ones, but
Who was his quarterbacks?
I think he had Brandon Allen and Austin Allen, Allen brothers.
The Allen
So
brothers.
they weren't bad, but I mean, like I said, they were better ones in my opinion. So
I'm a quick rabbit hole real quick. 'Cause I want to
No,
ask you.
we're not rabbit holing.
It's in the realm. It's in the realm.
no, it's not.
But does this make us tight end you?
No, it doesn't make us tight end you.
Are we running back you?
No, we're University of Arkansas. We put a few players in the NFL.
All right. So my number 4,
We haven't put a stamp on anything.
1,000-yard reception. 1,000 receiving yards. Number 4, Chris Craig.
That's my 4 as well. So we agree. Ding, 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 ding.
Yes, you are. I'm sorry.
He had one more reception than what Jeremy Sprinkle had. Obviously, he had 72,
Right.
1,003 yards, 7 touchdowns. It was a 7th-round pick to the Bills, and that was in 43, career games. So
So I'm going to go a different route and go my number 3, Ben Cleveland.
Ben Cleveland. Okay. I don't have Ben Cleveland anywhere in my honorable mention or anything. So I'm going to have to ask you for some stats on that because I don't have it.
So
Bring it on.
only 20 receptions, only 161 yards.
Why do you have him at number 3?
That's the thing. I messed up.
You messed up.
He was kind of one of those that are just thrown in there because I just
You said you messed up.
I did. I'm just gonna roll with it.
You had at least a week,
I had 7 and
and you put Ben Cleveland at 3rd.
yeah.
You could have moved him down to like 5th, and had, hey, I had Ben Cleveland at 5, but,
His
it just,
best year was 06.
I didn't, 20 receptions, man. Come on.
I know.
I mean, so I hope he's
I'm
not
impressed.
watching.
I made it up for the last 2. I made it up on the last 2.
Made it up on the last 2.
I did.
Well, I've got C.J. O'Grady at my 3.
See, I wanted him, but I don't know.
Here's why. C.J. O'Grady had 87 receptions and 967 yards, 12 touchdowns, and that was in 27 games. So in 27 games, he had more receptions, more yards, and more touchdowns than Jeremy Sprinkle had in 39. That's 12 games, a little bit of adding and subtracting all that stuff, 12 games
I
different.
obviously didn't do with my number 3 pick.
He had more receptions than Chris Gregg had, and wasn't far off his yardage, and almost double the interceptions. Gregg had 43. There are 2 other people, obviously, that I have ranked above him, and I'm pretty sure that we both match up on those. But I don't know. I mean, I think CJ could have had honestly the best statistical career that any tight end's ever had he kept his head in the game and stayed out of trouble.
Let me ask you this though about CJ O'Grady. Does
What are
his
you gonna
off the field antics did that play into
Yes.
your decision?
No, it played into my decision because he didn't have a complete career. If dude would have had a complete career, I'd have him on the top of my list probably. To be honest, I mean,
I'd have him in the.
I mean, he was outstanding early last season. I mean, you saw it. Everybody saw what that guy did against Colorado State.
Yes.
I mean, 12 touchdowns in 27 games. The man is a freak. I mean, big, strong. I mean, he's everything of what you would want in a tight end. I mean, I'd hate to say like a baby Gronk comparison because he's not the size, and that's probably way out there. But, I mean, he's got the talent, the physical talent. He's ready to rock. And like I said, I think he's going to be one of the ones that somebody late in this draft that's happening. I hope you rub it in your eyes. Somebody late in this draft is going to get him, and they are going to have a sure enough, piece of work. As long as he gets out there, gets rid of the off the field demons and stuff like that have plagued him his whole career, I think he's going to be solid. I really hope he is. I like him anyway. So he's always doing some cool end zone stuff. So
I'd like to know the true story behind his dismissal, but that's for another time. So all right. So my number 2,
I can't do that to O'Grady.
DJ Williams.
You have a 2 at DJ Williams. See, I have a 1A.
1A.
I have DJ Williams at the same
1A,
spot, though.
2, 1A. I mean, it was a tie for the top spot.
Well, I mean, I agree. I mean, it obviously bolts both of us that we're going to have Hunter Henry at the top. I mean, but, I have DJ in the 2 spot, as an overall, he has more receptions than what Hunter had. He had 152 receptions, 1,855 yards, only had 10 touchdowns. I mean, obviously, but I mean, DJ was
He was here for
DJ played 51 games for Arkansas, but he also played with the likes of Greg Childs, Joe Adams, Jarius Wright, Kobe Hamilton. You know, Chris Gregg was in there as well. So there were a bunch of weapons, and they were throwing the ball around a whole bunch at that time.
So I got to give props to DJ. I actually went to high school with him, so I got to watch him in his high school career. Mm-hmm. Dude was a beast then, too.
I changed the oil in his car at Bale one time. That's about all I got.
He's a good guy, man.
Oh, he's cool. Like I said, I've helped him out there. But
all right, so that means your number one
is Hunter Henry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we kind of dropped out on DJ there. You know, he was 11th or a 5th round pick in 2011 draft. He won the Mackey Award in 2010. You know, I mean, that's nothing to shake a stick at. He's definitely not a slouch. And obviously, you know, with 51 games played for Arkansas, he was there. That's for sure. Yeah, I do have Hunter at 1. I mean, how do you not?
How do you not? It's kind of how.
Hopefully, his little brother is on campus now, 2 of them, but the one that plays tight end will hopefully get a shot. You know, maybe they'll have more than 30% of an offense installed, and the kid can roll. So he's supposed to be better.
Whoa, where in the heck is Jason Peters?
That is a good question.
Okay.
I've always thought of Jason Peters as a lineman, even though he was, you know, a tight end at Arkansas.
We kind of goofed.
We talked about it last week.
We kind of goofed.
You're not flipping everything. Maybe just some of it.
It's all right. There's not much to flip in the Fort
This
Benning,
table's
Georgia.
small, bud. I can flip it over.
Go run Sand Hill, Chris. He'll be all right. He'll get the reference. Anybody who's been to Fort Benning knows that Sand Hill is intense.
Hunter was an All-American in 15. Is also a Mackey Award winner. Was drafted 35th overall. So, as a junior, I think one of the most mind-boggling stats I've ever read was. I'm pretty sure I'm right on this. I think he had 1 statistical drop his entire college career.
I don't even remember.
He had 1. I'm almost. If somebody out there knows it better than I do on that, please. But I'm 99% sure he had 1 drop. Of course, I could be 99% wrong. I don't know why it sticks out in my head.
Well, we know it wasn't the Hunter Heave.
No, the Hunter Heave
That was beautiful.
The Hunter Henry Heave was a great play.
That was
4th and 25 to first down. Let's beat Ole Miss. Get stopped on a 2-point.
Right? With a face
with
mask.
a penalty, and then
to
get
win
it. I'm good.
So
That concludes my tight end list.
I'm sorry.
I do have honorable mention at Joe Dean at 6.
That's not bad.
So we were right there. We were really close in all of that. So
next week,
except for Ben Cleveland.
we're not going to go there. I'll make it up.
Come on, man.
I'll make it up next week.
Come on,
I'll
man.
make it up next week.
How you gonna make it up?
Well, we're actually going to do corners and receivers.
Corners and receivers. We're gonna put a match up together and see what happens. So
See what happens.
I'm sorry, Jason Peters didn't know this.
I know. But hey, I wanted to get
He was a big old tight end.
So, a couple things as we're wrapping up here. What do you think of the draft, the virtual draft they got going on this year?
I think they're doing what they can to make it work. ESPN posted a stat. I'm sure if you're a sports person, if you're watching the show, obviously you're a sports person. 15.6 million people tuned into the draft last night to watch the first round. That's the most ever, I think. Was it over 3 million more views than what they had?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just incredible. But, I mean, in the situation that's going on right now, obviously, people are going to stream to anything that's sports-related. I mean, they haven't been able to see, any kind of workouts or anything like that. And, football is the biggest sport in America. I mean, plain and simple. It's hard to deny.
Fun fact I saw about the first round.
It was over after 32 picks.
But 15 of the 32 picks came from the SEC.
That is correct. They, I think Alabama had 4 or 5. I think they had 4. They had Tua, they had Judy Ruggs, they had a lineman, I can't remember his name. Auburn had, I think, 2. LSU obviously had Joe Exotic going 1. They had Patrick Queen.
I saw a meme about Joe Burrow the other day.
Caleb on Cason, or I think that's how you say his name. And then they had Clyde Edwards-Helaire, and they had Jefferson too. So they had 5. So you had 5 off the national title team. I picked up the draft, right before we'd come on, and I think Xavier McKinney, who was Alabama safety, he was supposed to have gone in the first round. Other Kuiper and Todd McShay had, but he was the first pick off the board in in the second round, and I think DeAndre Swift, running back from Georgia, went off like right after that, or maybe he was one of the top 3 picks. I think T. Higgins was in there too, which that guy, somebody definitely got a first round talent in all 3 of those guys. So
I think you're right. I know 100% sure Chad Morris dropped at least 22 out of 26. Look, I'm going to say
you win the night.
That is comment of the night.
If we had something to give away tonight, I would send it to Georgia, bud.
There you go, Chris.
Yes, sir.
Can I tell him that?
Well, he already knows.
He knows. He can. You win the night, sir. That was great.
He's just looking for a spark. That's all.
He got it.
He's looking for a spark.
Left lane, hammer
7
down.
LSU Tigers have been picked in rounds 1 and 2.
I can pull it up right here. We can watch it. Not on eBay.
So one more thing before we get out of here tonight. Have you
got?
seen the Last Ride, Last Dance, the Jordan documentary, the Bulls documentary?
Honestly, I've been busy enough at work. I've heard a few things on it. Steve and I kind of hit on it because I had this really cool pair of Jordans that I picked up last week or a couple weeks ago. You can check it out on YouTube. Our podcast is on there.
Y'all are dangerous on there.
If you look up the Hair 2.0, you'll know what I'm talking about. But they're kind of wild. So Steve and I kind of hit on that. Talked about the shoe. Talked about because the shoe's actually for Space Jam, but you're talking Jordan, you're talking basketball. And there's supposed to be a new Space Jam this summer, but obviously I think all movie premieres and stuff have been pushed back.
Yeah, everything.
And there was this really cool one called Top Gun that was supposed to come out.
Man,
I think it got pushed all the way back to December on the release on it.
I think now it's 2021.
It was pushed from last year anyways.
Anything else before we jump out of here tonight?
Man, I am spent on what I got right now. I mean, what do you have?
I got nothing. I'm looking forward to next week.
I'm looking forward to another pizza or two to try. I mean, I got a couple on my list. I might make a special request to get them in here, if possible. Like I said, if Chuck will allow it, so we'll try something like that. And I mean, yeah. So
don't forget our other sponsor, 501 Nutrition Zone.
Absolutely.
So they've got this drink that is one of my favorites, called a Superman.
Yeah.
I meant to bring one to you, and
you were supposed to bring me one at work last Saturday.
I know,
but somebody didn't wake up, and I was already off work by the time y'all got up.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. I'll make it up to you.
Apparently, we're blaming.
They deliver, so when you want one, call me.
That's a good thing. If they deliver, that's always a plus right now.
Yeah,
heck, I barely get up enough time at work to run to the restroom, or I don't get a lunch break. You came by and I got your vehicle fixed this morning, and
did a fantastic job on it, by the way.
Whole morning. Had a little warranty issue, but I mean, we got you taken care of.
Yeah, you did.
And it's running right. So, I'll plug Big Jake's where I work. You can come by and come see me at work. I'll take care of you.
So apparently, Chris is just winning the week. He was fan of the night, fan of the week with Sports Junkies last night on Steve.
Dang, you are.
But I would be remiss though. I mean, we've mentioned Lost Pizza and we mentioned 501 Nutrition Zone. I'd be remiss.
You got to mention the big one, don't you?
Got to mention the big one. Mountain Valley
the one that makes it happen.
They've been with us for a while. They've not done us wrong. They've been fantastic to us. So thank you to all of our sponsors. If you want to be advertised on Natural State Sports,
get in touch with any of us.
Social media.
Make it happen.
Shoot me an email, Zach@naturalstatesports.com. We will get you hooked up. It won't cost you anything during the COVID-19 crisis. Do we call it a crisis, or we just call it?
I think the word is pandemic.
That's the one. I
think that's it.
All right, we're about to wrap up. I'm gonna get out of here so we can eat more of this pizza.
I think we'll end it off. I mean, that right there is I might take a couple of them home. Honestly.
That's a dangerous piece right there. Yep.
That's spot on. I'm gonna warm it up though. I'll tell you that.
Right.
It's gotten cold looking at us like this, but cold pizza's good. Who?
So the Vols had somebody drafted for.
Yeah, they're going to. Have you seen our 2-10 record the past 2 years?
Oh, and the ref takes a point away.
Hush mode.
All right, guys. Thank you for joining us on another great Friday night. By the way, the weather's going to be rough tonight. Y'all stay safe. I'm Zach.
I'm Andy.
You've been watching Natural State Sports Live. We will see you next week. So long, everybody.
Y'all have a good one.
This segment is sponsored by Lost Pizza Company. At Lost Pizza Company, they want your dining experience to be as fun as getting to see the bearded lady riding a camel while swallowing a sword at the state fair when you were 10 years old. At Lost Pizza Company, they pride themselves on serving great food that they make using only the freshest and finest ingredients. They make almost everything fresh in-house every day. So get there early because when they sell out of something, they're out until tomorrow. They're located at 510 Highway 5 North in Benton. You can call them today for curbside or pickup at 501-794-6441. 501 Nutrition Zone. They offer meal replacement shakes, muscle building shakes, calorie burning teas, pre-workouts, and a fun, family, energetic atmosphere. And right now they're offering delivery or curbside. Check out their new $10 combos. They're located at 5313 Highway 5 North in Bryant. You can call them today at 501-213-9957.